Yeah, we're still in combat, right?
Yep. Alright, just gotta pull all these handouts up. Yep. In fact, that may be maybe a good idea to just go ahead and go over everyone's positions. So let me get my ruler out. Yeah, I believe that IT is over here with his squad of 10, and they're looking to cross the bridge into this direction to assist Martin's squad. Martin's gotten chewed up on this hillside, and recent mortar fire in this area has kicked up a lot of dust and stuff like that, so there's low visibility. You got some type of armored vehicle over here that peppered this squad into oblivion with 3 turns of machine gun fire, along with these guys firing their rifles, laser rifles rather. And then you have this large mob down here that's sort of proceeding in this direction to get within range of those guys. And traffic has been, rather Pete, has been hitting these guys with several barrages of missiles. And then of course Simo is inside of the ship, having taken it hostage pretty much. And so I guess with Off-World Epsilon, let's see which squad this is. Yep, I think that's the guys over on the far east.
Where is that armored vehicle?
It is right here.
Oh, it's that little. Okay, yeah, it's this fucking thing. Okay.
Yeah. Little triangle. It's a, just as a reminder, it's a 6-wheeled vehicle. It looks pretty heavily armored. It has a remote-controlled heavy machine gun on the top of it, and it also appears to have some sort of micro-missile launcher on top of it.
Can it be snuck up on and captured?
Yeah, definitely. You'd have to keep in mind the distances involved here. I have, yeah, so normally rounds are like 6 seconds, and I've sped that up to minute rounds. So every round is basically like 10 normal combat rounds. And so you'll be able to move 300 meters thereabouts. Well, actually, 200 meters normally because of run speed. Between 200 and 400. But yeah, so you could do it. You just need to spend multiple rounds running up to it, unless you manage to sneak up on it.
Right. I think I shall wait to secure this section after I'm done charging these people. I'd ideally like to deal them non-lethal damage with my axe.
Yeah, you could make attempts to take captives if that's what you're after.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got 5 captives already in this area over here.
Oh, I've already got people alive. All right. Oh, I guess never mind. I'll just kill them all then.
Nice.
Over there, since I've got like 5 people I can interrogate.
All right. Anyhow, let's see. This group, Off-World Epsilon, they're going to take cover near the building over there. Or by take cover as in they'll use their move action. They're not going to hunker down. And then they are going to release a barrage of fire up the hillside against Taxol Charlie.
Yes, Simo. All their base are belong to us now. Hmm. Shit, fuck.
All right, barrage of laser fire um, streaks up the hillside. The soldiers up there have just gotten into cover, but it's mostly concealment cover in the vegetation on the side of the hill. And two of them are instantly downed by the laser fire, and two of them are severely injured. The off-world armor is going to sort of come about. It has about the mobility of an APC, so it drives more like a car than a tank. And it does not have enough ammunition on the heavy machine gun, so one person will begin reloading that. In the meantime, though, another crew member will fire the micro missile. I forgot to plug in the attack modifiers for that, but either way, that's not a hit. So let's see what happens. It's actually a horrendous miss because even though I forgot to apply their bonuses, they do get a penalty in this situation.
Alright.
All right. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking up the stats. So I'll just put a little marker. There's the rocket streaks past the guys on the hill and explodes in the vegetation behind them, completely missing them. And now it's Taxol Charlie, who are the guys that were just shot at. So let's see. They take a morale. They do a morale check and manage to succeed. So they rally and hunker down in the vegetation. And then let's see. They are going to yeah, I think they're just going to take a shot at the 10 guys, see if they get lucky there. Yep, so it's actually a very successful barrage of auto rifle fire. They managed to kill 3 of the off-worlders in Epsilon, and another 2 were severely injured, even though they're in cover. And that'll be the end of their turn. Alright, now Pete, is there anything you'd like to do in your helicopter for this round?
I'm going to fire off 2 missiles, one at the armored car and one at the group of 5.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, the first Hydra Ray missile unfortunately does not hit the armored car, but the second missile manages to wound 3 more of those Squad Epsilon over there. Alright. Is there anything else you want to do?
That's it.
Alright. And Malevolus. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah. I want to charge them with my axe.
Yeah, you could if you did a full move, you could get 400, and that would put you basically you wouldn't be able to do like an attack action, but you'd be in melee with them, and there's 2 of them wounded and 3 of them are in tip-top condition. You have 10 guys in tip-top condition.
Okay, well, do my men have bayonets?
They do not. You do have. It is worth noting that they have laser rifles and you have combat rifles, which are basically assault rifles. So you're probably better off hand-to-hand in melee than you are at ranged, to be fair, though.
Well, I was just asking. So they don't have any bayonets. Well, I'll have to shoot them all for heresy later. But I guess we'll just. Tell them we're going into melee and we're charging.
All right. All right, give me a notice plus wisdom check, please.
All right.
You remember how to do it on your sheet? Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, you lead your men on a charge, and as you're approaching, there's a small bridge. It looks kind of like, if you just, how to describe it, kind of like those fold-out army bridges they'll put over a creek to just drive trucks across, except this one looks a little bit more permanent than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a humble little low bridge, kind of like 2 steel beams just laid across with girders in the middle. However, as you approach, you see some suspicious canisters that are attached to the bottom, and you believe that the bridge is trapped.
I see. Can I disarm the traps?
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Let's see. That would be fix plus int. to disarm the trap, and it'll stop your squad's progress, but you'll be on the other side of the river, and you'll end your turn there, but you'll have access to the bridge and be able to charge and do damage next turn anyway.
Further query: could I use these presumed explosives as a weapon against the enemy? Now I know it'd be overkill, but god damn it, it would be fun.
Yeah, you could. They look like demo charges, so and there's 2 of them, so you could definitely utilize those if you wish.
Okay, is the enemy? Well, I'll find out when I get up there, but I'd assume they're probably inside the buildings.
Yeah, they're not inside the buildings right now, but they're taking cover around them, and there's still a lot of smoke. If you were to shoot them right now, you'd be at a -2 penalty because of the low visibility due to the mortar fire.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and disarm those things. You said it was fix plus intelligence.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Boop. And see what we get.
All right. If you want, you can add 2 demo charges to your character sheet. They're counted as weapons, so you can use the drop-down menus and all that, I believe, to add them.
What would they be under?
Let me see. Probably heavy weapons.
Heavy weapons. Question: is there a miniaturized version of a Gatling gun?
They have heavy machine guns, and then I actually don't think they have light machine guns. I remember complaining about that, but I might be wrong.
But nothing like a Sea Whiz.
No, I don't think so.
Let's see, where is the amount?
Yeah, considering they have, right, invent LMGs in the year 5000 or whatever. I think that I actually am pretty familiar with the author of this game, and I don't know him very well, of course, but I got the impression that he doesn't know or either doesn't care too much about gun lore. And I think this is one of those cases because the heavy machine gun is listed alongside rocket launcher and what else? The rocket launcher and anti-vehicle laser and stuff like that. So I think when he says heavy machine gun, he actually means LMG, and the real heavy machine gun is probably the thing they have on the mech in this game.
Okay. So, quick question: since it's an LMG, could I convert that into a Vulture?
I mean, you can use weapon mods and stuff like that to kind of like you could add damage to it, and then you could also try to create your own weapon from scratch, and we can try to cobble together something stat-wise for it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll make my own Vulture. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So you succeed. I'll go ahead and move your squad to where you are.
Okay.
All right, and now we go to Off-World Delta.
Yeah, you're right, Simo. The ammunition by far would probably be the most time-consuming to figure out.
Actually, the ammunition is, unfortunately, I always complain about this, the easiest thing to figure out because all of the ammo costs the same in this game, whether you're buying 9mm or like 50 BMG.
Well, yeah, no, but what I mean is like trying to figure out how to put miniaturized rocket technology into something the size of a fucking bullet.
Yeah.
But it'd be revolutionary. That's that.
I forgot what I was looking for a second there. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so these guys are, they managed to successfully spot this mob coming through the jungle. And they are still not within range with their main weapons, but they can still take a shot with some of their heavy stuff. Alright, that's 2 more dead and 3 wounded. And that'll probably be the end of their turn. The others are probably just going to hunker down anyway. And then Taxol Delta. Actually, they shouldn't be on the roster anymore because they routed, so I'll go ahead and remove them. And then Offworld Charlie. I think they're gonna do the same as the other guys. Less successfully, though. Offworld Bravo manages to make their morale check. And they're going to attempt to fire at the guys crossing the bridge, since they're at a only a -2 penalty to hit those guys, whereas there'll be a -4 to hit Martin's group. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled 3 times. Should have just rolled once. So yeah, the first attack manages to not hit anyone. Alright, and that's it for them. I believe last turn, the mortar spent the round reloading, so there's a new magazine of 5 mortars that are available. Which group do you think they should fire at?
Should they go for any of those, or should they go for the armored car?
Alright, so you guys want to hit the main group in the south then, Simo? Alright. Alright, so if there are no other objections, then they'll fire in this general direction. I'll go ahead and roll for that. Alright, yeah, so all of those actually hit on target except for one that was a little bit too far to the northeast. And yeah, so all of the mortars go off, the burst of 5, and shred the building to pieces, basically obliterating all of their cover. And let's see how much damage is done by that this round. Alright, that's 4 wounded. Alright, and Texel Mob is going to continue moving forward. And of course, Simo is still inside the ship. Yeah, it does appear to have weapons, but they look like anti-fighter space weapons, and none of them are externally mounted or armed right now. In fact, let me just move us over to a different map really quick so I can give you a basic idea. I did like a MS Paint layout of the vessel, basically, in Roll20. And this is, I believe it's roughly to scale. Yeah, it's about to scale. Maybe not quite, I haven't double checked it, but this is roughly the kind of space you're dealing with. And it's a vessel that appears to be specialized in carrying lots of people. It has extended life support, lots of beds. It also has a pretty heavy landing gear. It's got 4 very large engines. So that's what you see, Simo. You're probably in the command center at the moment, and you've only seen 3 people aboard the ship right now, and they're all in the command center. Oh, I tabbed out the wrong way. Let me give me a moment to restart Roll20.
Well, you know what they always say. I I actually don't know what they always say. I was hoping someone.
People always say all kinds of things. Alright. So yeah, let's do a morale check on these guys. And they're still gonna have a bonus because Martin gave them a rousing speech before the battle. They're gonna pass, but just barely. Oh god, it closed all my handouts. Let me open those up all again. All right. Simo, if you want to do a lead plus charisma real quick, I think we did something similar last time, but since this is a new action, you could see if you could get him to do that and potentially bring the battle to a quicker end. All right, no go on that attack. So Martin's squad, who are prone on the side of this hill, firing downwards, they release a lot of auto rifle fire into the smoke, but they're not able to hit anyone. And while that's going on, let's see, Simo successfully manages to convince the three guys to comms their friends. And you can't understand their language very well, but you do get the impression that they are trying to force the surrender. Let's see here. All right, it doesn't seem to do too much. The squads outside aren't don't seem to respond. You can hear comms chatter in the background, but none of them seem to be acknowledging the guy who's screaming into the radio right now. All right, so off-world Epsilon. They are going to do a morale check first of all. Which they will succeed. Alright, they release another barrage of blast fire. Manage to wound 2 more people from Texel Charlie. And then the off-world armor will begin maneuvering the other direction, so they're going to spend their move action going 400 meters this way. And then they will spend the combat action to fire the freshly reloaded machine gun over at Texel Charlie. Alright, that's 1 death and 3 wounded, and this time the squad leader of Texel Charlie dies, so they'll be doing a much more difficult morale check next turn. Alright, and oh yeah, it's their turn right afterwards. They still succeed their morale check, so you have 2 guys and 5 wounded in the middle of this burning patch of jungle. Still managing to take the fire for now, and it is Pete's turn again.
Alright. 2 more missiles at the group of 2 with 5 wounded and the armored car.
Alright. Alright, you managed to hit, and it does appear to have penetrated the armor. It has not disabled the vehicle, but you have done some damage to it. Now, as for the other squad, let's see what happens with them. Alright, that's 2 wounded and 1 dead, and their squad leader has already been dead pretty much this whole time. I think he actually died from that barrage from the beginning of this session. Alright. Yeah, so that's a barrage of missiles from Pete, and then I think we go over to Malevolus. You can do your charge now if you wish.
Oh, yay, great. I think I'll do that. What do I need to roll?
Alright, well, you can roll your whatever weapon you want to hit with and see if you kill one of these guys in the charge. Or you can do anything else you want to do during the charge.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go in and just get down to business and defeat the Huns.
Alright.
So I'm gonna use my large primitive weapon. Okay. Not very good rolls on their part.
Yeah, well, unarmed damage isn't going to be terribly good.
Oh, this is non-lethal damage, by the way.
Alright. Yeah, the non-lethal thing, I don't think that's that exists and starts with that number, assuming you're not memeing on D&D 5th Ed right now. But yeah, you can attack with the purpose of gaining prisoners. I see no problem with that.
I mean, I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I'm not supposed to be killing people. Maiming them? Yeah.
Alright, that's 2 wounded from them. They have 1 healthy guy left in that squad. Oh, actually 3 wounded because I forgot to count your guys, so there are no healthy guys in that squad.
Great.
Alright, off-world Delta. Alright, combined with having been mortared and missiled previously, and also the news of having lost the ship, off-world Delta will begin routing. So they are no longer on the initiative. So we go down to off-world Charlie. And they actually are still not within main weapons range, so they're going to do another blast with the machine gun. Yep, no luck on that, so that's the end of their turn. Off-world Bravo is going to do a very difficult check. Which they actually managed to pass. There's 5 wounded guys that are fighting to the last over there. Taxol Mortar is going to load in another magazine this turn. Alright, let's see. Taxol Mercs will successfully ford the river and lose a little bit of movement in doing so, and will end up at the other side and are now within weapons range. I've actually rolled 3 morale checks for them, and they've rolled 6s on almost all of them. So they're actually the most motivated squad out of all of yours for some reason. The distraction became the actual... the anvil became the hammer, basically. But yeah, that'll be it for their turn. Alright, so yeah, that's Simo's still on the ship. So unless you want to do anything new there, we'll go ahead to Martin. Let's see. Yep, I think he'll just move his guys into melee as well. Alright, that's 1 guy dead. And Off-World Epsilon. It's 1 death from Taxol Charlie up there. From another barrage of laser fire. The off-world armor will do a similar maneuver to last time. They will continue to move down the road and continually peppering the hillside with machine gun fire. That's 2 more deaths. Yep, yeah, I can see you in chat, Rommel. Are you, you're able to do voice?
Yeah, I am, but I'm just saying I'll wait till you guys are done.
Okay, cool.
I'm not in the current encounter.
Yeah, I didn't know whether you're talking about the turn or the combat, so yeah, that's fine.
Oh, am I roboting at all this time?
Sound good to me.
Okay. Okay. Thank God. All right. Talking a bit.
All right. So that's Taxol Charlie now. Let's see if they are still doing okay. Yep, they will begin routing at this point. And remove them from the initiative. Now it is Pete's turn again.
I'm gonna hit the armored car with the rail.
All right. Yeah, that's a good hit. Let me see here. Alright, yeah, that penetrates the armor very well, and you pepper the side of the vehicle with railgun shots that do some more damage to it as it's heading down the road. And then we can go to Malevolus. Would you like to continue your melee brawl to force these guys into surrender?
They haven't surrendered yet? Are they fighting to the last?
Yeah, they made their last morale check even with the -4 penalty.
Alright, well then I guess I will just kind of fuck it. I'll just smack him with my axe again, but using non-lethal damage, of course.
Yep. Yeah, you know, just the non-lethal thing. The whole thing with like, I choose non-lethal damage in a simplistic system that's not the most dumb thing, but the fact that you can do it with an arrow in D&D is so funny. It's like saying I shoot someone with my AR-15, but I do non-lethal damage. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess you could aim for the legs, but I wouldn't be confident in that.
I mean, hey, as so long as I'm not trying to kill them, I'm technically not breaking my Hippocratic oath, you know?
Yep, it's all about intent.
Exactly.
Alright, that's another 2 dead, so there are 2 wounded left in that squad. And just to give you an idea of what's kind of going on here, is there are 13 soldiers plus you 2 guys, so 15 Taxol people, and are basically running around in this smoke-filled group of buildings, and all basically hitting each other with the butt of everyone's rifles in these close quarters around all those buildings, and in the street. So that's all happening over there. And we'll go over to Offworld Charlie. Let's see. Yeah, they are within decent, within good firing range, so they're going to make a last-ditch effort. Actually, before that, I think a morale test is in order. Yep, they managed to make it. So yeah, they're going to do a last-ditch effort with their laser rifles before those 19 guys fire on them with their barrage of slug rounds.
All they have to do is surrender. Nobody has to die.
So that's 7 dead and 4 wounded. That's pretty out there. Oh, 7 dead and 2 wounded, rather. Alright, so that'll be it for their turn. And they're no longer hunkered down either, so they're easy to hit again, or relatively easy. We go to Offworld Bravo. Let's see what they want to do, or what the two of them want to do now. And they fail their morale check, so Offworld Bravo is routing. They decided that actually the odds might not be in their favor, so they'd rather not fight anymore. Can't say they weren't dedicated, though. Alright, the mortar can technically fire again this round. Well, you could fire at these guys without any risk to your own. With these guys, it might be a little bit danger close. You guys want to do anything with that? Or potentially save your rounds? Or yeah, you could also technically hit the armored car. Alright, so we'll line up shots in the car then.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me, Ben?
Now I can hear you.
Nice.
Whew, what a day.
Alright, so 3 of the rounds land about on target, and 2 of them scatter. One's a little bit too far to the east to do any damage, and one is way too far to the southeast. And so let's see. Out of all of the ones that landed, none of them managed to penetrate the armor, so they all bounce harmlessly off of the outside of the machine as it's going down the road. Pretty good aim on that part, though. And so now we go to Texel Mob. And they will release a burst of random fire, and this ought to be entertaining to see the result of. Give me just a moment.
Oof. Didn't we have 28 of those guys?
Yeah, originally. Now there's only 10. But they managed to cross a river. Well, they go down a hill without any cover, and then cross a river, and then run up a beach, all while under heavy machine gun fire, and never routed. So you paid good money for those guys. You give me just a moment.
Hello.
Alright, I was just making sure I had these plugged in properly. Go ahead and roll and see how this turns out. So they run into close quarters, and then there's a barrage of auto rifle fire, shotguns, and submachine rounds from the mob that you've hired. And there are 2 wounded as a result of the barrage. Alright, and that'll be it for their turn. Simo again, and we'll just go down to Martin unless he has any ideas for this round. Yeah, Simo, I actually, I'm still not happy with the way I've been thinking about doing the new, I wanted like a squad and military asset system, so that we could set up stuff like that quickly without me having to do lots of math and figuring out what everyone's equipped with and what everyone's AC is. So I was designing a way to streamline that. And you can see, if you look under Encyclopedia Galactica, I have the prototype of that, which is called Squads. And I actually have, I think, anti-tank soldier and machine gunner and grenadier. I have those as a specialist that you can hire. It's based off of the tech level. Yeah, you guys could definitely benefit from having some, attaching some special guys, like taking a normal, one of these normal auto rifle squads you have, and just put like a sniper and a medic on each one of them. That alone would be like a big bonus, I think. But anyway, yeah, so we'll go down to, is there anything, well, first of all, you can ask about anything you want since you arrived late, Martin, but is there anything you'd like your squad to do?
Well, I guess I still only have my sergeant and the 2 others left, right?
Yep. The 3 of you, I had your guys charge into melee because Malevolus already had his guys in melee, so it was 13 versus 2 at the time. And currently you're down there in the buildings with them.
So we did do a heroic charge.
Yep, there was a successful heroic charge involved.
Nice.
Yep.
So did anything special happen while I was not here, or is it just the battle continue?
Well, Malevolus noticed a booby-trapped bridge, which had 2 demo charges that would have done 6d10 damage to him. And, well, not to him specifically, but to his squad. And so he disarmed that and successfully charged. Those guys routed. Taxol Charlie has routed. They have been, they probably took, what would that be? 6 volleys, 5 or 6 volleys of heavy machine gun fire, 3 volleys of laser fire, and they routed. And and then I already mentioned the mob having successfully crossed the river, and they're currently in close quarters combat. I think that's about all that's happened so far. It is also worth noting that the armored car, which was at the sort of at the bridge area before, is so far it's been slowly rolling, kind of in your general direction, but it's just finished peppering this hillside with heavy machine gun fire, and so it'll probably pick up the pace soon.
Oh, so we lost 2 squads.
Yep.
Okay. And the mortar team is still going.
Yep, they're reloading right now.
Okay. Well, I guess we attach ourselves to Malevolous squad but we stay behind, like we do not directly engage.
Yep, you have building cover and you have visual cover. If you want to stay safe for the time being, you can hunker down, which will give you a +2 to AC, which will apply to your whole squad in this case. So you'd have a +4 total if you were hunkering down in this area.
And the morale bonus is still there, right?
Yep, you guys get +3 to morale checks.
Nice.
+4 now with SEMO, probably.
Alright. But then I guess we hunker down.
Alright.
Did Malevolous look after the wounded, or did he?
What about Malevolous?
I just asked if you looked after the wounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, the 5 guys from Off-World Epsilon are going to succeed their morale check again, and they're going to start legging it as fast as they can down the road after the armored car. There's 5 of them that are wounded. In fact, let me move them back a little bit because they're not able to go full speed right now. And that'll be it for their turn. The off-world armor will speed up a little bit. And let's see. Actually, I think they're going to go 400 meters forward. And they are going to try and take a shot at disadvantage up into the mortar pit up here. Okay, so 2 of your mortar guys get chewed to pieces by heavy machine gun fire, but luckily neither of them were holding a shell at the time.
Okay.
So you do still have a mortar.
And the one guy left can still operate it.
Yeah, it'll take him a long time to use it, but I'll roll for that next once their turn comes up. All right, so that'll be it for off-world armor, and then we go over to Pete's turn.
Alright, since it's still in range, I'm gonna hit it with the railgun again.
All right. All right. Another barrage of railgun fire manages to penetrate the armor, and you can see that it's at the point where systems within the vehicle are somewhat compromised, so it'll be at a disadvantage to do certain tasks, but the vehicle is still mobile for the time being. Alright, now it is Malevolous' turn.
All right, what's going on?
Well, you have 10 guys. Your squad is basically untouched so far. You're in a big cloud that'll give you a little bit of concealment for another few rounds. There are buildings around that you can take cover in, and there's a high-tech armored vehicle that's heading in your general direction.
Okay. Is it does it know where I am?
Well, it probably doesn't have very good visual on you, but it can definitely tell that your squads are in that area. So it'll know that the area is hostile territory now.
Okay. Interesting. So, can I use the demolition charges and place them along its path, and then when it drives over them, disable it?
Yeah, you could potentially do that. The demo charges, I believe, have a 40-meter radius, so you'd want to get a good distance before detonating them. With the long turns that we're doing, that would be pretty easy, because you can move 200 meters, or if you run, you can go 400 meters. The only complication would be convincing the vehicle to run over it. But if you want to run ahead and try to place demo charges in its path, you can do that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And I want to make sure I want to hide them too.
Yeah. Alright, do you want to move your whole squad with you, or do you want to sneak ahead on your own?
I want the best sneaky briggy, I mean scouts, to come with me.
Alright. Let's see. Yep, there are nobody has any professional scouting skills within this particular group, unfortunately.
I see.
There actually is someone in Martin's squad that has scouting experience, but they are wounded, so they'll be at a penalty. It'll be about the same number-wise either way.
Okay.
It also is worth considering what route you'll take, because you could go behind these buildings and you'd be in like the vehicle wouldn't be able to see you, but you'd still at some point have to get out in the middle of the road to place the charges, and you'd be vulnerable then.
Okay. Could I just chuck them onto the vehicle and then just explode them like that?
Yeah, you could do that. You can set the demo charges to blow up by remote, basically, is the way I see it. They do have that 40-meter blast, so you'd probably have to spend one turn placing them and one turn running away. But you could do that.
Oh wait, the fuck am I doing? I've got a fucking rocket launcher.
Yeah, that's like a ranged demo charge in a way. They're pretty useful, those.
Right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait for that fucker to get close, just close enough, and I'm gonna fire to disable it. Because I want it.
What's the
Well, your
what's
rocket
the effective
launcher,
range?
you're at close range with a rocket launcher, 2 kilometers.
Alright, let's see. How much ammunition do I have for that sumbitch?
Even if it's just one, like you could just fire. And if it doesn't work, we can still try the detonation charges.
Right, yeah. I'll just go ahead and shoot at it with the rocket launcher.
Alright, sounds like a good call.
So let's see. Weapons.
much ammo do you have left for the rocket launcher?
That's a good question. How much ammo do I have left for the rocket launcher?
Well, it should be under your gear, unless you're using the rocket launcher yet from the university. In which case, normally you'd have to subtract it from that loot and add it to your gear thing. But I could make an exception for this occasion.
Gear, that would be how far away? Oh, here it is. Let's see here. Rocket launcher. So would that be labeled under rockets?
Yep.
And how many did I get for that from that corpse?
What a corpse from this battle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get. Oh, this is the rocket launcher you looted off the battlefield. I assumed you were using the one from the university.
No.
Yeah, so the one on the battlefield. Yeah, you have 5 rockets then.
Okay.
Yeah, at first I thought it was a different issue, but yeah, you can put down. Put that down. All right, sorry, I was just trying to figure out where I put the stats for the armor thing because I accidentally closed the handout again when I reset. I believe that is a hit though, so let me see. Yep, that's a hit. Unfortunately, that is not enough damage to penetrate the armor, so you manage to, and it's just barely a hit as well. So your rocket manages to hit the vehicle, but it skids off the top of it, kind of like a glancing blow, and then blows up in the distance behind it.
Motherfucker.
Off-World Charlie is going to continue their trot down the road at half speed, limping along. And Off-World Bravo, they are going to attempt to enter in close quarters combat as well. They're not necessarily melee range, but basically shooting each other from 10 meters away with their rifles. That's 1 wounded and 2 dead. Alright, and so yeah, there's kind of a your guys are standing on a silty sort of beach. This area floods during the rainy season, and there's a riverbank that your guys are kind of taking cover behind. And it's pretty short range, like I said, about a 10 to 20 meters engagement range, and you're just trading fire over that tiny gap. Yep, and the mortar team, even with their hardcore bonus, the die hard bonus that I gave them, they the one guy left in the mortar pit decides he has better things to do elsewhere, and they begin routing.
Ooh.
Let's see, Taxol Mob. They actually make their morale check again, and they're gonna release another salvo of various weapons. neither of which hit. And then go over to Simo, and either you can decide to do something, or you can bide your time. In the meantime, is there anything you want to change about your current strategy, Martin, or are you good with still hunkering down until further notice?
Well, did Simo round up all the people on board of that ship?
Yeah, Simo has 3 hostages aboard the ship.
Well, I'm still far. I cannot shoot at the vehicle, right? It's too far away, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. It's about 2 kilometers down the road.
So I guess I keep hunkering down.
Alright.
It's no risk, not worth the risk to get out of here. He needs to die really quick.
So the armor will continue rolling down the road at a pretty leisurely pace. The machine gun is currently being reloaded by one of the crew members, and in the meantime, they fire another micro missile. And this time they will fire it up into this area over here with all the smoke and whatnot.
Oof.
Yep, and it's a pretty wild mess. Blows up somewhere behind everything. Behind the group of buildings that you're all hiding in. And that'll be it for that round. So Pete, you can take another shot if you want. That's an excellent hit, actually. Let me see. Yeah, you managed to penetrate the armor quite deeply, and the vehicle is very seriously damaged at this point, but still not completely disabled. Malevolus, or Malevolus.
Yes.
Would you like to, let's see, I'm trying to see if you need to, you can reload your rocket and fire in the same turn. You probably can anyway, given that we're using these sort of long turns. Yeah, if you want, you can fire another rocket, or you can do something else.
I'm gonna fire my rocket
Firing.
again.
All right.
Oh shit.
All right. Okay, let's see. So, Malevolus fires the rocket again, and again it's a pretty near miss, but this time, rather than zinging off the top of the armor, it manages to dig into one of the plates. The rocket penetrates the armor and explodes inside, setting off the ammo magazine and killing the entire crew instantly.
Oh, I forgot to add, that's non-lethal damage, by the way.
Oh, good. I was worried there for a moment. Sumo saying, thank God.
I only meant to disable.
Alright, let's see.
Did it blow up?
And Off-World Charlie will fail their morale check and surrender to the guys that are shooting at them. Let's see. And
The vehicle blew up.
yep, Malevolus hit it with the second rocket. And the other squad routes as well. Alright, so I think this is pretty much the end of combat.
We should round up all surviving enemies.
Alright.
We split up. I think Malevolus should take care of the wounded, and I can take care of the surviving enemies and make them prisoners.
I go around asking the wounded if they accept the Omnissiah as their Lord and Savior.
Nice.
They have to bring up religion every time.
Yes.
Alright, so at this point, I might have to crunch some numbers in the background regarding prisoners and wounded and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I'll go ahead and reveal the ship and the loot document to you guys so you can peruse at your leisure. Alright, they should both be available to you towards the top of the Roll20 journal.
Rifles, 2 heavy machine guns, 3 rocket launchers, 35 small advanced weapons, 32 laser pistols, 89 power cells Type A, 35 data slabs, 22 armored wreck suits, and 4 medkits. 2 tons of fossils.
2 tons of what now?
Fossils.
Where is this handout?
Saxberry loot.
Yep, it's near the top.
Okay. Tonnage, the off-world armor. So they got some armor. Cool.
So they had another vehicle in the garage?
No, that's just the stats. Technically, like, even though you've destroyed their vehicle, it'll probably be, you could make money off of it easily with salvage, but those are the stats of the vehicle if you wanted to try and repair it.
Yeah, can I go ahead and repair that? Yeah, I'm gonna repair it. I'm repairing it.
Yeah,
It's mine.
later.
Well, it'll be a long-term thing, because it's right now it's a burning Hulk. Basically, you'll have to airlift the pieces somewhere and have it reassembled at a garage. It's mostly salvage right now, but those were the stats on it.
And
Yeah, and just so you know...
everyone inside is dead, right?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Everyone inside the vehicle is dead.
Oh yeah, they all died.
Okay.
Yeah, the what do you call it? There's a chance that some of them can escape when in that situation, but the magazine blew up and none of them made it out in time, so they all died during the rocket blast. And what else? Oh, I can't remember what I was about to say. But yeah, you have the ship, and you have, and that's the stuff I've already adjusted it based on the gear that can be recovered and whatnot. But that's the stuff that you can find.
So I would like to take a look at the data slabs.
All right, I think, yeah, I may move us back to this map for some of the stuff, but I'll go ahead and move us over to the ship map so that you can have an idea of where everything is.
Is the ship armed? Are there weapons on it, or is it just a transport ship?
You can see on the handout. Let me see. It has augmented plating, so it has extra armor and lowered speed, and it has a sand thrower, which is basically like a flak battery, but it only works in space.
It doesn't like if I click on off-world ship, it's empty. The sheet is empty.
Oh, let me see.
Same
Oh, I
with
think I
the
need to give you editing privileges to see it. Alright, you should be able to see it now.
okay.
Yeah.
Augmented plating and sand thrower. Cool. I guess this is mine now.
Yeah, the ship, yeah, the armored vac suits are pretty good. They have AC-16, and they also function as pressurized suits. The, let's see, yeah, the ship with the modifications, just to give you an idea, it basically has 3 fittings. It has extended life support, extra cargo space, and vehicle transport fitting. So it's designed for carrying lots of stuff. It can carry 160 tons of cargo, and in this game, cargo represents both weight and size. So 1 cargo
You're breaking
equals...
up.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, am I coming
Yes,
through?
now I can hear you.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I was just saying that cargo represents both weight and space. So 1 cargo equals 1 cubic meter or 1 ton, whichever the object takes more of. But yeah, you can carry 160 cargo, and any vehicles you carry, the tonnage space is halved because there's a vehicle transport fitting. And I'll go ahead and move us over to the map so you can get an idea of the basic layout of the ship.
Mm-hmm. More engine rooms.
Yep, in fact, I'll put another line right here real quick because it's basically a 3-story ship. And there's like a side profile and then 3 levels to it.
So it's basically just a square, a flank square.
Yep.
Okay. Well, as the captain, I step into it. I lay claim to it. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm just flipping through my handouts.
Okay. I wanted to take a look at the data slabs.
All right.
And
Yeah.
also, well, I would like to do 2 things. I would like to look at the data slabs, and I would like to interrogate the people on the ship, and also also the other prisoners, if possible.
All right. Let me pan over. I need to figure out first of all how many prisoners you have and how many wounded you have and all that. Alright, so I believe you have 25 prisoners right now, and let me calculate your wounded.
Such a nice price on the safe market.
Alright, and 13 wounded. So, Malevolus, if you want to do a int plus medicine, you can tend to the wounded if you wish.
Okay. I will go ahead and do that. Okay. Skills. Heal. Okay.
Would the flag be used to do an orbital bombardment?
No, not at all. So the flak is called a sand thrower, because basically what
Yes.
it does is it casts out highly energized particles, and they
Yes.
dissipate after basically a few kilometers. And if they come into contact with atmosphere, they become inert. So it's pretty much useless in most circumstances.
A shame.
Of course, when it comes to space travel, almost anything can be used for orbital bombardment. You can basically jettison some garbage. It just won't have the kind of precision you're maybe looking for.
If you do orbital bombardment, it's gotta be from like a proper weapon. You can't do it with garbage. Although it would be funny to like empty like the cargo hold over like a populated area.
Alright, so that's 6 wounded are back up to full health. Alright, so that'll be the hours that'll take place over the hours following the battle. Once all the prisoners have been rounded up, Malevolus will be working on the wounded, and Martin will be going over those data slabs. Which, if you want to do that, you can do a let's see. Actually, let me check the skills. Okay, so to do a general assessment of the data slabs would be a program plus int, unless there's something else you're looking for, in which case it might be a different role.
I just wanted to give a general look over the data slabs, not. I think I can look at them more in more detail later.
Okay. Yeah, you can do a program plus int then.
Ooh. I think is it a success?
No, it's not a success. You can re-roll once per scene if you wish, though.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, the data slab appears to be programmed in a different dialect of Terran, but you're able to navigate through a couple of menus and get it set to. It doesn't seem to offer any language similar to the Astrakan dialect, but you're able to find something close enough that you can kind of understand what most of the menus mean. And so now you're able to navigate most of the devices. So far, they appear to be basic communication devices with tech level 4 encryption, and none of them appear to be personal devices. They all appear to be company issue or possibly military.
And there's nothing spicy in them. Just
Nope, you don't find any spicy DMs on any of the data slabs.
okay. Well, I guess then I turn to the people off the ship and ask and interrogate them. But first before I do that, I order the men to search for, to thoroughly search all the people. If they have, not just if they have weapons, but anything on them, like data pads or whatever.
Yeah, well, this is that's included in the loot. This is
Okay,
all of the gear. Yeah, this is all of the gear on the ship and all of the gear from the battlefield, and discounting anything that might have been destroyed during the fighting.
Okay, so I guess who is the highest ranking officer here?
Yeah, you can discern that. You have all the captives in one place. Almost all of them are wearing the same uniform, except for the 3 guys that Nash held hostage, which are wearing some sort of technician jumpsuit. And out of all of them, the technicians appear to be the highest ranking that are still alive.
I guess I talk to them.
All right. Before you do that, because you've spent a little while analyzing the data slabs, is there anything anyone else wants to do immediately after the battle?
What do these guys look like under those masks?
They appear to be human. They do have, a lot of them have synth skin or false flesh treatments, which is common among some space cultures. They basically have lots of synthetic skin grafts on them, probably from many injuries they've sustained over the years. You don't know too much about them other than that. You can do some medical examinations if you wish, but they appear to be mostly human as far as you can tell, maybe with some cybernetic enhancements.
Okay, well, yeah, I think I'll perform some medical tests.
All right. Well, yeah, you can do that. Is there anything that Pete or Sumo want to do in the meantime, or do you guys want to chill and count the money, basically? All right.
Yeah, we can do like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, there is a roll to assist system, so we can handle that. All right. Yeah, so I guess we can go to that. Before we do the interrogation, I'll handle IT's thing. So IT, if you want to do a heal plus int, you can do a medical examination with your bioscanner over some of these guys. All right, yes, excellent roll. So yeah, you do find a lot of tech level 4 equipment embedded into these guys. Nothing super fancy. The technicians appear to have some gear that helps them interface with the ship console a little bit better. Most of these guys have cybernetic fingers or cybernetic feet. It looks to be, I can't remember the word for this. Yeah, I can't remember what word I'm looking for, but there's a word to describe when you these guys didn't just lop off a working arm and then put a cybernetic on. It looks like these are prosthetics, pretty much. And but they are pretty fancy, and you couldn't even tell that they were cybernetic until you took out the data scanner, because there's false flesh over them. So yeah, you find that out. Other than that, their genome appears to be mostly human, very little genetic tampering that's been done, or any drift from being raised on other worlds. And you can also see where a bone density treatment has been given to not all of them, but about 90% of the people in here, which suggests that they are spacers. They're raised in 0G, basically. And to keep their bones from getting all splayed out and mushy, they have this treatment done at birth.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what you discern medically. And you can mull that over if you wish, and in the meantime, we'll go over to the interrogation. So if you want, Martin and Simo, you can both roll, let's see what this would be, probably charisma plus lead, and Martin will probably be the main guy rolling, and Simo will roll to assist. If Simo succeeds at the roll, then Martin gets a +1. Alright, so that's a 13 from Martin then, because of Simo's bonus. Alright, so you have these guys rounded up, you're interrogating the technicians. How exactly do you want to go about this?
I ask them for the names.
Alright, let me see, in just a moment. Alright, so this is Rishi, Jace, and Wardy are the three you have in front of you.
Race and Story. What? What fucking names are those? Anyway, I guess I ask who they work for and what they're doing here.
Yep, they explain to you that they're part of Tandem Corp, and they're out here on an extraction mission.
Random Corp. Can I roll something? Can I, like, does it ring a bell? Like, do I know what it is?
Yeah, you can do a int plus no to recall Tandem Corp. It doesn't sound very familiar to you. Never heard of them before. Alright, Simo suggests asking him what they're extracting, but you can ask any other question as well.
Ask
Yeah.
him where the townsfolk are.
I get to that. I get to that. Well, what exactly were you extracting?
Well, we are here to pick up a shipment of fossils extracted by a previous team that came by, and deliver them back to one of our employers.
Do you have permission to do that?
Well, we have a contract. We have, we can provide you evidence that we are out here legally.
Why did you not tell the town that you are here?
Which town?
What's his name? Salisbury?
Saxbury, that's the town.
Saxbury.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to recognize the name.
Alright. Um. Well, So, your intentions were entirely peaceful?
Well, we are only here to get the job done, but we've had a lot of trouble on worlds like this in the past with locals attacking us, trying to steal our ship. So naturally, we'll defend ourselves.
Alright. Are you aware of any... do you know what happened to the scouts that the town sent? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks about that for a moment. And he says, well, we neutralized at least 3 parties before our group showed up.
So, So you just killed them.
Yeah, well, the first group we had a run-in with, we lost one of our miners, and they ended up in a shootout. And we weren't able to ask them where they were from or who they worked for because all of them had died. And then another group showed up later and attempted to take some pot shots at some of our guys who were scouting a little bit to the north. And so we sent a force out to deal with them. And then a larger force came snooping through the area. And so we opened fire on them as well. And we were just on our way out of here within the next day or so.
Oh. Well, does I'm not asking the guy this. Does the area we're in look like it has been like mined?
You haven't seen any evidence of extraction or any open pits or anything like that. There's also no digging equipment that you've seen.
Hmm. So, like, excuse me for a moment. Yeah. Nee, give me a moment.
Okay. Yeah, in the meantime, Simo, just to give you something to think about until Ben comes back. Yeah, if you chime in and ask him where the fossils come from, he says, well, we're not sure. We were told that there is life beneath the mantle of this planet, and some recent tectonic activity within the last million years or so has forced it to the surface. And our employer is very interested in this for some reason. That's about all I know. It's our captain was the one who is privy to most of that information. Yeah, I suppose while we wait, is there, was there anything maybe you were waiting to do, Malevolus, or you chill until the interrogation is over?
I guess I could join them, but there's no reason for me to do that. So I'll just chill out. Oh wait, no, there is something else I need to do, actually.
Yep.
I was going to go about. We're still at the Salisbury, right? At the ship.
Yep, around the ship area at the battlefield.
I want to look over the ship and draw up some detailed schematics about it for future use.
Yep, you can do that. I don't think that would even be a much of a role in this case, but you can just take some time to take detailed, basically detailed schematics of the ship.
Okay, I'll do that.
Nice. I suppose in the meantime, is there any question that you had about your stuff going on, Aloysia?
Nah, I'm gonna wait. I'll just wait and do it another time.
All right.
It seems like everyone's doing a big thing right now.
Yeah, you can feel free to ask more questions as you go, Simo. At least I can fill in Ben when he gets back. He says, no, they showed up and procured the fossils, stored them in this facility, and they left 2 months ago.
So did you continue it or?
Oh, yeah, he just asked 2 more questions. So he asked, where did the fossils come from? And the technician said he's not entirely sure because his captain is the one who's in on the deal, basically. He's the one that was organizing all this. The technician only overheard bits and pieces of the whole plan, but according to the person that hired the captain, there is abundant life deep beneath the mantle of Astrakis, and tectonic activity over the past million years has forced some large fossils to the surface, and these are the fossils that the client is interested in. And yep, and the follow-up question was, the team that gathered the fossils, are they still on the planet? The technician answered, no. A small team was sent to procure the fossils and store them in this facility, and then they showed up to collect them, several tons of fossils.
So the miners came and left. And that's why there's no mining gear anywhere.
Yeah, well, also the mining wasn't done in this particular location as well. It was done elsewhere, and it was all just gathered here.
Where exactly did the mining occur?
Um, quite a few places. Nowhere within, I'd say the largest site is about 50 kilometers north of here. But there are many small sites all over the place. They use drones that fly over the jungle, and they scan areas along the fault line that look promising. And so there are hundreds of tiny sites, but there is a large dig that started off the entire affair about 50 kilometers north.
Interesting. And the operation needed several rocket towers and an armored vehicle and men armed to the teeth.
Yeah, we were hired because we were told that this was a hostile environment.
I guess we proved you correct. So I guess there are no contradictions anywhere. At least not obvious ones. Where is the captain of this ship?
You can search for him if you wish. He's not among the prisoners that you have.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, good luck. I guess I guess I get a description from the mechanics and get some soldiers to look for the captain.
Yeah, well, you saw the captain and a couple of the sergeants earlier, because they're wearing very different uniforms from the others.
Okay.
So yeah, you can look for them. You can put the interrogation on hold to do that if you want, or you can ask him a few more questions and then end the interrogation to look for the captain.
Does anyone else have questions for this guy or these guys?
Yeah, he says, well, we do have a way of contacting him, but it's through deep space relays. We could give you their information, but it would probably take at least 2 weeks to get a round communication back to Tandem Corp.
Mm. Anyone else? Malevolus, do you have a question?
Um,
Otherwise, I think we're done unless Simo has something.
no, don't think I have any more questions for him.
I mean, it makes sense. So Simo, we should give head the fossils over and keep the rest. I mean, on the other hand, if we keep the fossils, then and other spaceships come here, then we can kill the guys. Then we can get another spaceship.
You can just farm up some vessels for, end game sort of, the end game sort of maneuvers you'll need to do.
Yeah. Why? I, I wouldn't just captain. I would be an admiral.
All right.
But that's a good point. I think this spaceship could carry tanks, so
Yeah, the vehicle you fought earlier was similar to a Tech Level 4 version of a Grav Tank, which is a Tech 5 vehicle. So that would be, if they sent a tank next time, that would be pretty difficult to deal with, probably. But yeah, so if there's nothing else, yeah, you can you can end the interrogation, and if you send
What do we
people out
do?
to,
what do we do with the prisoners? Do we all just give them? Do we all hand them? Give them back? Yeah, that's a good question. I asked them if they want to work for us. I mean, we've proven we're capable.
right? When you immediately ask the question, none of them seem interested particularly, but you could try to roll for it if you want. Should be
Yeah.
Probably a talk plus charisma.
Yes, baby. Wasn't that good. Did I reroll that? It's a success.
Yes, success. Yeah, you get 3 of them seem kind of interested by the offer after you spend a little bit of time sort of convincing them, giving them some of the pros and cons. The rest of them seem like they're more content to be dropped off at a spaceport so they can flag down a ship, get access to their life savings, and rejoin the spacer community.
We could like pull an ISIS and execute them and film it.
Okay, that's where I have to come in and draw the line.
Alright, we let them live. You know, I get one of the guys who doesn't work for us, and I kind of I kind of slap his shoulders and say, "Alright, we let you live."
All right. So let's see. Yeah, if you send people to scour the battlefield, just before I forget, because I've begun to describe this before, you do find the captain and at least 3 of the sergeants, and they all appear to be dead on the battlefield. There's a lot of bodies that are mangled behind recognition as well. So just to tie that end up before I forget. And other than that,
What about the surviving enemy soldiers? Can we convince them to join us?
well, you could, after talking with them for at least an hour or so, giving them a long speech and discussion,
Yes.
you can convince 3 of them seem mildly interested in joining, and the others are more seem more like they're wanting to return to space.
Okay. But what about What about all the other enemy soldiers run away? Like, did we not catch them as prisoners?
I don't know, you captured, I think, just about all of the ones that ran away. I don't think any of them made it to the edge of the map. Let's see. Yeah, none of them escaped the map that you can tell, based on your scouting and the number you had originally. There were originally 50 soldiers, well, 53 counting the guys inside the ship, and 25 survived and were captured. And out of those 25, 3 of them are willing to join you guys.
So,
Okay.
can I ask them if there's any hard feelings, between us after all this?
Well, they kind of they're on what would be the way to describe it? They basically expected this kind of behavior coming to the planet, so they're kind of acting like imagine sailors from Europe being abducted by a tribe in the Philippines. You know, that's kind of the situation they see themselves in.
Okay, all right.
Is that just salty that they lost? We're not the barbarians here.
But yeah, they and they understand like the ship is commandeered and all that. They're basically, I mean, you can just straight up ask them. A lot of them, they're talking among each other, and they're basically gonna hit the road, go to a starport, and if they can get back in, they know that there's a space haven in orbit, right? So if they hitch a ride into orbit, they can get access to their life savings on the relay network, and then they can basically continue their life as soon as they get up there. So that's what they mean by return to space.
But this is such a beautiful planet. It has so much to offer. Besides, countless way to die horribly.
Yep, indeed.
I mean, the spot that we're on is, it has to be at least a little bit scenic, with all the mountains and jungle and all that.
Yeah.
The blood of their comrades on the ground.
All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do? Maybe after interrogation is finished, you have the site cleaned up. Is there anything you want to do? Kind of transition into packing up and heading out, or anything you want to do in the area at least?
Uh, um, um, Good question. I think we've done everything. Yeah. I guess we could burn down the last remaining structures for good measure to prove that we're not the barbarians here.
Of course.
Yeah, I guess we get everything we can into the ship.
Yep, you can fit all that in with much room to spare.
And, I take my place as captain of the ship. Do we have anyone who can actually pilot this thing?
Let me check.
I have +2 to pilot, but I don't know if it works the same with spaceships.
I think it might actually, but let me check. They're pretty loose with the definitions on a lot of these skills.
Well, I'm a captain, but I don't know how to steer a ship, so.
That actually happens a lot in Rogue Trader, which I think is funny.
Yeah.
It's actually very easy to be captain of a ship in Rogue Trader and not actually have the ability to steer the ship. Or rather, it takes a lot of effort. You have to really know what you're doing and have played the system to realize the skills you need to take and that you need to grab an elite advance and all that stuff. It's like just funny the way it's set up.
What is it, Mr. Simon? Bring her about.
Yep, it will apply to the spaceship. It is worth noting that the spaceship requires 500 credits of fuel to even to just take off and land on another part of the planet. However, it has so much cargo space that you can basically load everything you have, including the helicopter, into it pretty easily. In fact, you could easily fit probably, let me see here. A helicopter, I think, has a tonnage of 40.
That's totally doable.
Oh no, I think you could fit... let me see. I think you could fit 8 helicopters inside this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be pretty amazing, honestly. But anyway, yeah, you can easily fit the helicopter inside if you wish, and use the fuel that's already in the ship. Also, the ship is currently maintained. However, every 6 months, it does incur a 200,000 credit maintenance cost, and it needs to be in a dry dock for 2 weeks. So, but that's after, after 6 months, and the ship doesn't immediately stop working. You just have things begin breaking down, but that's another thing to consider.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I don't even think it would be a roll for traffic. That would be pretty routine. What you guys are looking to do here. So you want to pack up all the loot, load up the helicopter, and go back to somewhere else on the planet.
Well, I guess we need to collect our pay first.
Hey, you can go to Saxbury if you wish.
How much fuel is in the ship? Is it enough to Salisbury and then back to Kyra?
Let me see. I scrolled off of the ship page. Let me go back.
Dude, my character sheet is glitched.
Oh, it is.
It keeps putting my trade skill at +6. But +6 is like beyond the fucking
Yeah.
system. I had a trade skill of 3, not 6. But if I set it back to 3, it just jumps back to 6. Oh yeah, the squad, the arrangement we had with the mayor.
Okay, yeah, I was just looking up the fuel. So it has one load of fuel in it, which you can basically spend 500 credits, drive the ship pretty much wherever you want. I actually think, well, I'll look through the skills to be sure, but I don't think they have like impulse speeds readily available. I think they mostly care about spike drive speeds, which is like your warp travel. But I'll look through it. For now, I won't worry about it.
It's gotta be fast.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be fast. You can get there within the same day, of course, but I was just checking to see how much fuel it had. For now, we'll just say it has enough fuel to get you wherever you need to go for this session. And I'll just reread this section because the fuel 500 credits per week fuel is for spike drive, and so it probably won't be the same for impulse speed.
I'll be right back.
All right. Oh god, I somehow popped out Roll20 chat. I don't even know how I did that. Okay, that was spooky. Anyway, so yeah, you can land in Saxbury and get paid. Let me pull up that before I forget again. Yep, and they are waiting for you and are willing to offer you 600,000 credits in silver.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you want, you can just add that to your ledger. Otherwise, you can divide it amongst yourselves if you wish.
What do you say, boys? Put it in the bank or in our pockets? How many are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could everyone could get 100,000 and still put 100,000 in a bank. All right, half in a bank, half for us. What would it be? 600,000.
50,000.
Yep, so you can get 50,000 apiece and put 300k in the bank.
Okay.
All right, and I did the ledger for last month, so that's all updated and good to go. Right, you did end up with the green for last month. You had 130,000 plus. So currently, your projected income is, what would this be? 434,000 credits.
So we get 50,000.
Yep, each of you get 50,000 credits on your own sheet.
It's 1/10 of a million for me. 1/10 of a million in my pocket. $119,675 credits. So should we put the 10 guys that survived in Saxbury as the squad to protect it? Wait, how many are in the squad again? In the other squads that would defend? It was 5, right?
Yeah, you had squads of 5.
Yeah, I guess we put 5 men in the village starting right now. And how much do we get per week? Was it per week or per month?
Is per month, but let me see. Yeah, the Atori village gives 4,000 credits per month, and then there's also Malevolus's booze operation that's being run up there. And let's see about Saxbury.
I mean, I'm sure we can talk it a little bit up.
All right, Saxbury's contract is 28,000. I'll just round that up to 30 for math's sake. So 30,000 credits per month.
Okay. So are these are 5 fine? Like 5 soldiers are fine? Or should we put more?
You probably need more than 5 soldiers. Saxbury has a population of around 2,000, and so you need to protect them. Atori Village, I think, has a population of 500.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you could put 2,000 guys, but you would need to.
2,000. That's
you,
a bit much.
I meant you can put 5 guys here if you want, but you'd be entrusting 2,000 people under 5 guys.
How many did survive the? Yeah, right. Put 10 for now. Let's just keep it brief.
Yeah, I think 24 of your guys survived. Well, actually, a little bit more than that. Let me see.
I mean, we could put 20 guys in here.
Yeah, we'll do a recruiting run in the future.
Did my recruitment office get some?
No, you did that right before coming out here, and that's a weekly thing.
Okay.
He did end up with a lot of laser rifles, though, so you have the possibility of upgrading some of your squads to a tech level 4, which could be pretty interesting. All of your squads up to this point have been tech level 3, except for the Canary operatives, but those guys don't have tech level 4 weapons and armor, they only have tech level 4 equipment like night vision and all that.
We could give them laser rifles and yeah, they have them be like our high tech hit squad.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to take a 5-minute break to get a refill on my coffee, so I'll be right back.
So, what do you guys think this far?
On what?
Yeah, on the whole thing, on this battle, on
Oh, I don't know anything about the battle really.
how long have you been here, Rommel?
Since pretty much the start, but I've been doing stuff in the background.
Ah, okay. What should our next step be? Should we focus on Pyra?
Investing in more things that'll make us money, so we don't have to do as many. Well, I'm thinking that we should honestly invest in something that makes us money, as well as take out the red arrows, so we can get more like this, more things to sell, more things to expand our mercenary company.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to catch up with Doctor on all the stuff that I kind of missed when it comes to my political campaign mainly.
Yeah, I before we did that, I actually wanted to set up the charity foundation, but
Well, I've
well,
started now. You can always set up afterwards.
yeah,
I'm asking if what's it called? If IT wants to be my running mate. I'll post the
getting
picture I sent him.
running an anti-psycho ticket.
Yes, he'll be he'll be my Mike Pence, but instead of gays, it's psychos. Zap the gays Pence. Zap the gays with Tesla rays. Yes, Simo. We will Nash. Sorry, we will invest in the salvage ship. We'll do that now. Or at least Michael or someone can say it. You know.
I mean, I could set up the operation.
Yeah, you're probably better with trade than me.
Look at the fucking picture I posted in memes. This is fucking cancer.
Okay.
This is so terrible.
Yes, completely.
This is absolute cancer.
She is the savior of mankind, and we just didn't see it.
We thought Trump was the god emperor, but it was Hillary all along.
Clinton, sorry, fucking, her husband, Bill, was
Yeah.
Moses, and he parted Lewinsky's legs.
He parted those cheeks.
For the great exodus.
Alright, I'm back.
Now that we're back in Piro, Simo and Michael want to set up the salvage ship. Now we have money. I think. Is that right?
Yeah,
Michael, do you want to set up?
yeah.
You guys have a salvage ship. Had a salvage ship
do
going. Yeah, well, I don't think a crew was hired for it yet, but you guys put it on the ledger for last month. So it's already paid for.
Well, then I guess
Michael, do you want to look around for sailors or... Yeah, you'd have to look around for sailors. We already have mercs. Or do you want me to help?
yeah, of course you can help.
What's the role?
Alright, sorry, what was the thing you were looking to roll for?
We're looking for sailors because we already have mercs.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do a connect plus charisma if you want to ask around in person at the docks. Otherwise, you can do
There you go.
intelligence. There you go. Yep.
Oh, ooh, ouch. Ouch.
I'll use my role.
Probably
Can
be
I assume?
preferable. Yeah, I mean you can. In this case, the you'll maybe write
guess
down some of the phone numbers wrong.
I guess I'll be the lovable goof this time.
Yeah, you managed to find a lot of helpful context, Martin, but you typed in the phone number wrong, so you got home. Didn't
You're
have any.
inside a bathroom and you see like phone this person for a good time. You're like, oh, sailors.
Yeah.
They must be, you know, good time on the seas.
Yeah, people approach me on the street and try to lure me in the alley, in the back alley.
Oh yeah, man. I have semen. I have semen on me. How much you want?
Oh, really? How much you? How much? How much?
Oh man.
20 a gallon, and it's not human.
I can give you a bulk discount. Alright, let's see. I'll put it at
How many do I need to actually do we need to actually, you know, keep the ship like running at peak efficiency?
yeah, so the minimum crew well is technically 2 is the minimum crew, but the effective crew is 10 and the maximum crew is about 30. So let's see.
If I get 15, I will hire all 15. Just so if any of them die, we have a fully effective crew.
Yeah, so you find 2 veteran sailors and who are willing to work for you right now. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me because I forgot you got a crit success. So let me see here.
Simo, how many mercs do you want to give to this this enterprise?
All right, yeah. So you have 3 veteran sailors, and these would be +2 professionals, and then 15 regular sailors, which would be +1s.
Do you guys just want to hire all of them and get the 5 mercs to help with everything else?
I mean, can the sailors defend themselves?
Yeah, they can, but the
adequately?
mercs are better at defending themselves, I believe.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that when it comes to the salvage ship, having more crew and a higher skill crew, the effect that'll have is primarily it will reduce the likelihood of bad events happening to the ship at sea, and secondarily, it will also allow the ship to take part in more risky behavior, such as salvaging a wreck that's in a particularly temperamental part of the ocean that yields better salvage.
Hmm.
With the mercs on the ship, will that just help with other boarding parties, or will that help them actually? If there was pirates attacking the boat, could they do that not as a boarding party and as a ranged party? Or...
Yeah, it'll be ranged combat either way. The sailors have some ranged weapons on them. They just don't get to add their professional bonus, so it'll be at a 0 or -1 depending. If you put a merc party on, then that'll make them effective.
Help them with can the merc party help them any of the things that sailors do?
Yeah, with some of the stuff. They like if you have 10 sailors, that would be a full crew. Having more sailors, the benefit of that is if some of the sailors get injured at sea or die during some event, then you won't be below that crew limit. So like you have 15, you have 5 spare sailors. However, you could have 15 sailors and then put on a squad of 10 mercs, and then you'll have 5 open seats, and you'll have a merc company and spares. You could divvy it up however you want.
Okay. How many professionals you say I got? 3.
Yep, 3 professionals or 3 veterans. So those are +2s, +2 professionals.
Hire all 3 professionals, all 15 sailors. Out the city, I'm gonna take 5, as Sema said, 5. 10 mercs. I thought it was only 5 mercs, Sema. Because then we'd have 18 sailors and like 5 mercs.
I'm not sure a rocket launcher is a good idea on the ship. Like to
I think
prevent
it's an okay idea for taking out another ship.
Yeah.
Blast a hole. And the
Yeah.
machine gun can suppress the people on the top deck. So I definitely, yeah. So 10 mercs out the city, 15 normal sailors, 3 veteran sailors. Give them a heavy machine gun and a rocket launcher and a couple of like cases of ammo. Go full all ham, all fucking hands on deck with this shit.
Okay.
All right. And as you're all organizing this, you see, you lay eyes on the ship for the first time, and the PN Gypsy Moth comes into view.
It's a raggedy old ship.
I just rolled the name and got Gypsy Moth as the name of the ship, but it looks no, it's in good condition. I just thought it was a funny name.
Is there anything on the wharf that are like? Can I ask the sailors like that we've hired after they've had a look at the ship, what they would prefer having on the ship from their experience on these seas? Harpoons or something like that. Diving bells or something of the similar.
Yeah, they've already. In fact, that's currently what they're doing. Is they're going out and shopping with the funds that were allocated to the ship themselves. You have the head captain and the first mate. They'll sit down and they can tell you the stuff they're buying, but they're already looking into buying that gear themselves. It's all Tech 3 gear, so if you ask them what they need, they might give you a Tech 4 wish list, like some type of advanced scanner array or something like that. But
didn't we have scanner arrays? But they were multi-beam scanner arrays, weren't they?
you have a lot of electronics. I have to combine some of your loot lists. Yeah,
It's scanner arrays or something. Survey scanner? No, that would work. No, we just have survey scanners.
I think we should rename the ship.
Rename the ship.
Yes. TSS Tactical Solutions Ship, the Gypsy Moth.
Just come up with something more original, man. Come on.
No, it's TSS the Gypsy Moth.
Hitler.
TSS the Gypsy Moth. Hitler. What?
Hitler. Yes.
Like HITEEEEEEER. Hitler.
Yeah, that's exactly how I said it.
Okay, yeah.
TSS the Gypsy Moth.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna name it after Simo, to be honest.
TSS Simo.
I like that.
The TSS Simo's Revenge.
Simo.
TS,
Yes.
TSS Simo Heathcock.
TSS Simo has AIDS. I don't know. Like you can go as far as you want with that.
All right. So I was writing the handout for the ship while you guys have been talking. So if I get anything wrong, let me know. I put it under.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, if you go to enterprise management, I put it under squads, which should be below ongoing deals. And so right now I have 3 veteran sailors, 15 skilled sailors, 10 peer and mercs. I assumed you were hiring all of them, but if you decided not to, then you can just let me
Yeah,
know.
we hired all of them.
Okay.
And can we? How much is a survey a scanner? A TL4 scanner?
Let me check.
Well, I'd say it's about $4,000,
$50,000.
and you could
TSS
raise
Simo
a
Spooty.
small loan of $1 million.
No. I got an idea. TSS Salty Simo.
Salty side. The salty Simo. Ooh.
Or
Because it travels on the ocean and it's salty.
TSS salty Simo's biscuit. Ugh.
Blah.
Oh, the TSS soggy biscuit.
Could we set up like an
Fleet.
office or something that deals with this, like sells?
Oh, you mean like a wharf office?
Yeah. Salvage
Salvage
solutions.
solution.
TSS solutions. And then we can and then it becomes like a subsidiary of technical solutions.
Everything's a subsidiary.
We could call it the TSS Aerith's Revenge.
Aerith's Revenge.
Aerith.
Just to interject real quick, you can refit all of basically gut the Tech 3 electronics and replace them with Tech 4 sensor array and electronics, and that'll cost 20,000 credits, and it'll take 2 weeks to complete the outfit, but that'll probably do what they that'll be their wish list item, you could say.
Yeah, we'll do that. Can they not operate during that time at all, or is it part of it getting the materials and like a week of it actually fitting it?
Yeah, it has to be in dry dock the entire time, so they won't be able to go out to sea for 2 weeks. But
okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to do that, or do you want to do a test run before we actually buy this for 20,000?
How long is the ship going to be on the ocean? I assume it's several weeks at least.
Yeah, the payouts are expected monthly at this rate.
Does this ship have any weapons on it?
It has. Yeah, it has no weapons, but that's why you put a merc squad on board. They can.
Could we?
Okay,
Could
well,
we fit weapons on it at the same time, and how long would that increase?
Yeah, let's
Time.
get cannons. Let's get like fucking.
Well, it depends on what kind of weapons you wanted to add on.
I want to put a sea whip on it.
A deck gun, a reasonable sized deck gun,
A
and possibly
seaweed.
some what's it called? Torpedo tubes.
A Sea Whiz is a reasonably sized deck gun.
Yeah, I know. I was just, I'm just.
But put the fucking Sea Whiz on,
Puckle,
man.
a puckle gun.
The fucking
Just
Sea
get a
Whiz.
fucking puckle gun.
Come on. Come on. You know you want a fucking Sea Whiz on there.
How about we turn it into an aircraft carrier?
No, aircraft
It's
carriers.
not big enough. It's definitely not big enough to be a fucking aircraft carrier.
Let's take a wooden rowboat and let's just slowly upgrade it until it's the USS Iowa. Okay.
Yes.
No,
No.
no.
Fuck that. The USS
It'll be
Jack.
the fucking HMS Hood. Oh,
Oh no, wait. What about the Yamato? We'll make a Yamato. Yeah.
What? How about we just get like 17th century cannons
You see, I like that idea.
and just put them on the.
yeah. Nash, I'm thinking like bolt torpedo tubes to the side and possibly a deck gun, and that's about it.
All right. Yeah.
I'm
So
not thinking like fill up the whole thing with guns and make it a warboat, a destroyer.
We're gonna make it a WOG destroyer.
Wag.
Turn
yeah.
it into a nuclear submarine.
Fuck's sake.
No, fuck that. A nuclear rowboat. How about that?
Okay, Doctor.
All right. So I was just looking up the some ballpark figures for this. So you probably could fit a torpedo system on it. It would be a little bit janky. You do have a lot of open space on the ship because the way the salvage ship works, it basically has there's a little bit of underdeck, which is the engineering area. It's mostly a large flat platform with a cabin on the side of it. And it's a fairly large cabin, though. It's 2 stories tall and everything. And the cabin also works a crane that's used to pull stuff out of the ocean and put it onto the flat deck for processing and for shipping as well. So without reducing the storage space too much, you could probably fit a device that could deploy at least 3 torpedoes, and that would cost about 250,000. Now, when you say deck gun, are you referring to like a secondary cannon, like an auto cannon that someone would man on something about that size?
Like similar size to something you'd probably attach to like a truck, like a tactical, like standing 50 cal machine gun or something like that. Like nothing big, just something to suppress that's reasonably sized.
Yeah, actually, that's about what I was just about to suggest, Simo. Is you could take a railgun, you could put it on top of the cabin, so you wouldn't reduce the storage space of the ship at all, and you would have 8-kilometer range and a pretty decent AP. In fact, that's what even though Malevolus got the killing shot on the APC. I'd say more than 2/3 of the damage was done by traffic of that railgun.
Okay, well,
Come on, man.
how much does a railgun cost?
Alright, let me see.
Because the what's it called? Torpedoes sound a bit lofty as a goal right now. I mean, 250,000.
You know you want to put a fucking Sea Whiz on there, deplete the uranium rounds.
Yep, 200.
Probably tech level 3 though.
Yeah, and that's for the tech level 3 torpedoes. The tech level 4 torpedoes are 500,000. But a railgun, yeah, a railgun, you could put one of those on for 8,000. And
that's fine. Fuck it, cool.
yeah, keep in mind as well, like when you're talking, when someone mentioned machine guns earlier, you guys you can already attach a machine gunner to that squad, and that'll cost, let me see here.
I think we said we were going to give them a heavy machine gun and a rocket launcher. So attaching both of them to the squad.
Yeah, you can do that.
You also attach a medic.
Yeah, if you go to hold on, I'll have this pop up on your screen. If you scroll down to the bottom of the specialist, you can
Yeah.
you can put on a tech Tech 4, Machine Gunner, AT Soldier, and Medic. And assuming they're regulars, they which are the guys you currently have stationed on the ship, that'll cost you, let's see, 240 credits per month. Actually, I think that's per day. This is per day, but
That's fine.
yeah. But yeah, you can do that. So Medic, AT Soldier, and Machine Gunner, and then you want to put the Railgun on the ship as well.
Yeah. And then we are set to send it out in 2 weeks. Because we'll buy that what's called rehaul the scanners.
So we get the scanners, we install the railgun, and we give the squad a machine gun, right? And a rocket launcher.
Machine gun, anti-armor, and a medic.
Fucking Sea-Wiz anti-armor. Put your fucking Sea-Wiz.
IT, you never answered my message that I sent you. What do you say?
Sorry, say again.
You never answered the message I sent.
Oh, let me see. I didn't even notice I got a ping. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah?
Yeah,
You want to be my pence?
yeah, sure. Yeah, he's a strapping young lad. Be a good Mike Pence. All right, cool.
Mm,
Zap the
mm,
psychers.
Yeah, nope, that's a
mm.
great motto right there. Oh, so about that Sea-Wiz.
Okay, Doctor. Am I able on this planet to even come across a Sea-Wiz?
Well, I mean, the Seaways is an aircraft carrier weapon, so it probably could
Yeah.
not be installed on that.
Put it on a
No,
fucking
no,
destroyer.
no.
You
Can I
see a
come
Sea-Wiz
across it?
on a
Because I won't
destroyer.
install it on the ship. I'm just going to put it on a rowboat and put IT on the rowboat.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember exactly what that was at first, but I think there actually is a weapon in this game that's kind of like that. Let me see real quick.
I'm gonna put that bitch on Windows 10. I'm gonna roll in, dual wielding those fucking things. It's gonna be great.
Fucking Sea-Wiz.
Phalanx Seawiz is a close-in weapon system for defense against incoming threats such as small boats, surface torpedoes, anti-ship missiles, and helicopters.
I might be able to think of something like that. I might make a modified version of the Wheat Cutter Belt. The Wheat Cutter Belt is more of a close-range version of that. And this would be like a long-range thing, mainly to shoot missiles out of the air, but also potentially used against lightly armored things.
So wait, you mean to tell me that our military in the U.S. in 2020 has better anti-missile and anti-helicopter and anti-small boat defense systems than in the year 5000? What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, they also don't have stats for 90% of the things that I've considered making, but that's always an issue.
I think Stars Without Numbers was written in the 90s or 80s, and they probably didn't know that much about weapon technology.
It's a really recent game, but the thing is that all of the weapons you find in the book, it's not like Dungeons and Dragons, where it's like these are the weapons and their stats. These weapons they're actually meant as examples. You're supposed to make your own sort of book of weapons.
Is that how the system works?
Yeah, that's why every time you say, "Oh, I want to make a bolt gun," I'm like, "Yeah, we could put something together for that." It's because that's what you're supposed to do in this system, whether you consider that a good thing or a bad thing.
No, I think that's a great thing.
Okay, IT.
What?
Design the Sea-Wiz.
I will design the sea. I am making the rolls now. I do this
Design the
for
Sea-Wiz.
science.
Let's just install the sensor array and the railgun and send it
Yeah,
on
we're not
its
going
way,
to
okay?
install it now, but I was
Yeah.
thinking if he's running as my running mate in this election now, I want to announce that, by the way, Doctor.
Yep.
On the wharf, we can put about like 6 to 10 of these anti what's it called? Anti-pirate, anti-raiding party. Defend our shores. Get a Malevolus to design all the defenses for the dock area. To get
I'm
rid
also
of these dirty animals.
gonna look up some. Yeah, I'm just gonna go all out and start some.
Oh,
Put some battleship guns on the shore. Yeah, yeah, that'll show them.
last 2 weeks, how has your research into the spores went, by the way?
Oh, good point. I need to do a little roll on that. Okay, that's a
Really
no
good thing
plus.
for you being in the as the running mate is that you can basically, save the people. You can be treated like they're Jesus.
What would be the roll? What was the roll for the spore thing? Was it
Well,
no plus intelligence or no plus wisdom?
your running mate should never overshadow the primary candidate.
Oh, he's not. He's just, he is a scientist and I am a businessman slash,
He,
philanthropist.
he's the idea guy, and I'm the guy that makes shit happen. That's why I'm making fucking series right now.
Like the reason that he won't overshadow me is because he can't talk to anyone. When he talks to people, people dislike him most of the time.
Yeah,
I
this
hate
is true.
psychers. I'm gonna fucking kill all the psychers. Okay, man, just calm down. Just calm down.
Exactly.
Electroshock therapy for all psychos.
And also, it means it draws quite a few assassination attempts off me. I mean, the Catalians won't try to kill me anymore.
Wait, did the Italians try to kill you?
No, but I'm gonna drop them in the shit once the. I don't know what happened to the fucking factory either. I got them to blow up a factory. I don't know how it happened. I was gonna drop them both in the shit, the Vestralians and the Italians.
Fucking
All right.
Italians trying to kill everybody.
Yeah, we might have to rewind a little bit when we go over to Aloysia. So yeah, the factory bombing did go over pretty well, and you can, to retain
did?
plausible. Sorry, what was that?
It did go over well. Or do you say it didn't go over very well?
Oh yeah, it did. It did go well for you. I already rolled for that. So yeah, you did hear about it through the news, and they don't directly contact you for the purposes of plausible deniability and all that. But you do see 4 factory blocks get burned down, and Friarvat spends the rest of the next 2 weeks basically doing damage control for that.
How did it affect his campaign? Did it take away any of his HP, or did it just stop him doing much actions, or what's it called? Make his action less effective.
Yeah, it basically interrupted his action. So he had spent a good deal of his campaign resources to set up the factories. And so you could think of it like he spent 3 turns setting up an action and then wasn't able to benefit from it.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Very nice.
I'm trying to remember where I put the handout.
Right, it's in intelligence and the peer and election. I think, unless you're looking at something else.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right. So let me pull up the calendar from before to make sure that I'm doing all this in order.
Okay, let's get this ready.
All right, and you had your guys continue to do research on both candidates, from what I remember. And so,
I hired one more technician though to do something. I can't remember what I told him to do.
was it the fact-checking site?
One of them was continuing to work on the fact checking site, and the other one was doing something. Can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I have it in my notes that you guys did manage to dig up the Stan Cassia is planning to hold a social event for his campaign. He's the guy that's wanting to rally the different boroughs together and take the city by force.
Where?
And he's yeah, it's being held in Sarblat. He's inviting people from many different boroughs to attend it.
Would I be able to crash the party at all?
You could potentially do that.
I'm gonna hire. With the money I have right now, can I still use this money that I just got, the 50 grand, or not? Because I don't technically have it at the time.
Well, you have way more money than that at this point in time.
Well, I have 50 grand on me, like my resources.
Unless it's on your character sheet, I don't think so. But you could easily.
It is on my character sheet. It's the 50 grand that we got from. Well, we split up from this thing that happened this session, but I don't know if you'll allow me to use it for the last session.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it's not technically in your possession yet because we're catching you up to where the Battle of Saxbury takes place.
Okay, so if I took it out of the party's funds, like pretend I was here like last session or the session before, if I took out the party's funds and then donated some of my current things this session to the party funds because I did it before, can I just take it out of my funds now? Because I would have just like this session, if I did take something out of the party funds, I would have just put it back into the party funds.
Yeah, well,
I stole from all of you.
You guys were hundreds of thousands in the lead, and the only reason this is even a problem is because you had to go last time. So I don't think it's a big deal for us to just say that you have the money.
I'm going to raise awareness to my strongest supporters in the Vestal community to meet up with me outside the what's it called?
Party area.
The party area that he has to what's it called? Not riot, but start a protest demonstration.
Mostly peaceful protest.
Yeah, peaceful protest to do with the what were the Red Arrows being accused of by Ersastrad?
Yeah, so the Red Arrows are connected with the Camp Henry disaster, and there's a little bit about that. Yeah, so they have connections to that, and
so
that's
I'm gonna spend a night writing kind of like chants and like a narrative for us to follow that the people of the Vestal community would have liked to do with that is favorable towards the Candlelight Company because I want to be their friends, and basically shouting, "Why are you working with the people that started this massacre?" What's it called? Stead. Oh, what's his name? Stan Cassia is is what's it called, corrupt, and he's working with murderers and psychopaths.
all right.
Trying to get these the Candlelight Company, the honorable Candlelight Company, to come over to his side so he can take over. Try and make it seem like a military coup. And I'll purchase the loyalty of 50 Vestal community goers and whoever else wants to show up on their own free time. And what kind of roles would I have to make to do that?
Yeah, I'm just taking notes to get an idea of the dynamic here. So just to so I understand what's going on. you rally support with the Vestals to protest the party held in Sarblot by Stankasia, and the sort of rhetoric you're going with. Or just give me a recap of what exactly you're sort of accusing him of.
My rhetoric is going to be pro Candlelight Company, accusing him of working with the Red Arrows, who are connected with a well-known massacre of the city and not being very helpful to the city. I try and spin it in a way that he is corrupt, trying to seize power through connecting himself with people with not a high, more like a well-developed moral compass, by using the very honorable Candlelight Company in a way that's besmirching their honor in some way,
All right.
as well as using the rest of the city when he gets into power. Like, try and add in a bit of conspiracy theory in there.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just taking notes here so I have an idea of how this will affect things going forward. All right, so the and the resources you were wanting to dedicate this, you were wanting 50,000 credits to basically go towards, were you wanting that to go towards advertising in Vestal, or are you wanting to directly...
I was going to spend 10 grand on advertising, and I was going to hire 50 low-skill workers.
Okay.
To bolster the numbers and kind of lead the mob a little bit.
Could I call in a favor to make this go smoother?
You're not in the city at that point. I think
Yeah.
you were over in Sexbury.
We took off. Yes. I forgot. I thought this was next week. Okay. No.
Can you not? Oh yeah, he's not in the city. Right? Damn. I thought he could do it over comms, like just say to his friends in the warehouse district or something.
If it's possible.
You do have a compad. Do you not have any of the guy's information?
I mean, you could give me a call, and then I give a call. You know.
It's kind of yeah, I'll try and give him a call, or get some of the people in the party if they know anyone. You guys have helped me so far anyway.
All right, so that's let me put this on my scratch sheet just so I don't forget, actually.
I'll take a piss.
Would I be able to rally support and also write like what my goals are down in a night, like and like political shit down in a night, or would I have to hire someone to kind of dictate to?
Well, you've probably been working on your political stuff for a while, so you wouldn't need to write it from scratch. Okay. But you could, you know, your character would probably be able to just rattle off some of his rhetoric off the top of his head if that's what you're looking to do to rally support.
Charisma lead?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just taking notes on the resources that are being dedicated so I don't forget if I need to go back to those at some point. Alright, so yeah, I've got that down on my scratch paper now. And so yeah, the execution of this will be a lead plus charisma. Yep.
$10.
All right. So you also hired the let me see.
50.
Yeah, the 50. I was going on just to be sure. The 50 low skill workers. In addition to that, that'd be 500. 10 credits apiece for the low skill workers. Yeah. So, and then spent a good deal of money, 10,000 advertising to. I assume you concentrated most of that in the Vestal community.
Yep, where I get most of my support.
Okay. So at the first stage, you're wanting to. Are you basically wanting to give them an address and have everyone show up, or is there another way you were wanting to go about doing that?
I was wanting them to meet me possibly in the public district or like the tactical solutions base, somewhere close to Sublot, and do a long walk down and protest. But
All
I
right.
didn't want to be there for the start of it. The thing is, I want to be at the party and to be thrown out, or something
Okay.
similar. I want to go there and stand up and, basically spiel off to the people who have been invited to it first. Make it seem like it's a what's it called? It's sprung up without my knowing the whole mob situation.
Oh, okay. So you're wanting the mob to sort of form up separately to you, and then show up around the time you're getting kicked out.
So yeah, organizing in a way that I'd be able to join the mob, but at the same time, it seems to everyone in the party besides my opposition that this is something that the people actually care about and might affect their reputation.
All right.
Oh, could we wait for Michael? Because I think he was. I was sending him something on the comms, so you could see if any of his contacts in Pira might, what's it called, boycott the event for him. If that was possible to do. If it's impossible to do, then we can do other roles.
Yeah, we can handle that in the future if he responds. Do you say he was AFK?
Yeah, he was going for a piss, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
back.
Oh, he's
Okay.
back. He's back. Okay.
Basically, what I was saying, Michael, was I was going to phone you up to see if you could get any of your merchant friends to boycott the event.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, sure.
Because he
Okay.
has connections in Pira.
Yeah, that'll. Yeah, you can do that as well. That won't have too much of an effect on the short term on this event, but it might affect, or it actually, in fact, probably will affect the outcome either way. So, yeah, you can do that.
Actually
No-
have. Don't forget. No, it's Ramel's turn. I just.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, just to continue on. So yeah, you have the mob form up, say at Tactical Solutions Base, and then at a certain time, they move towards the area of Sarblot where the party is being held, and you're wanting to crash the party and then time it basically so that you get kicked out, and it and then you have sort of
say
a
stand up on my chair, say anti their party views. Basically say that everyone here is complicit in this man's what's it called, delusions of grandeur and taking over Pira and making it his own personal state. Using and like pointing to the red arrows and saying these degenerates have what's it called? Oh, subverted your little group. Looking over to the Candlelight Company and saying that I thought better of them.
All right. Yep, I was just triple checking to make sure that I understand everything. So yeah, you can, you throw all this together, dedicate your resources on a fairly short notice, and you basically to think of this in terms of 3 phases. You have morning, afternoon, and evening. The party happens in the evening. When do you want to have the mob begin forming?
Like mid swing of the party, like everyone's already there, everyone's arrived. Like, is it a dinner party, or is it just like a mixer, like a social event?
It's a social event. There's not. It's mostly people showing up. There's
Bit of
there
music in the
appears
background.
yeah, music in the background. There's a speech that's given halfway through the party, and then it
Okay.
just dies down.
Great, great. So just before the speech, I'll stand up on my chair, and I'll try and get it around the speech where they show up. The mob shows up and starts chanting outside.
All right, and okay, so I got all that. All right, so including your 50 manual laborers, or your 50 basic guys that you hired, you have an additional 245 people show up as a result of the advertising on short notice.
Damn,
And,
hot damn.
And so you have 295 people outside.
How many people are in the party?
Let me see.
If it was like 40 or something, we could just go in and kill it. No.
Well,
No revolution yet.
there's actually 242 people in the party. So there's more people outside than in the party at the moment.
Is this current week or is this like the week where we're fighting?
This is the week when you're doing scouting in Saxbury.
Roll out the
All right.
guillotine.
So if you want, you can do... I double-checked all the skills to make sure I was going to call for the right ones. So you want to do an outburst and sort of get yourself thrown out and make it kind of look like a natural sort of thing to the crowd. And that, if you want to do that, that would be talk plus charisma.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, so you do get successfully thrown
Can I
out.
see anyone in a social event not cringe at the sight, not cringe at the sight of me, but cringe at the kind of they're complicit in this?
Let me see.
Anyone feel regretful about coming tonight? Yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as when your outburst first begins, there's a couple people that look really shocked, and then some of the waiters and security working the event kind of begin rushing, people on the outside around the room. You get a captivated audience immediately around you, about 80 people or so. But it appears that the people running the event are doing their best to try and mitigate the effects of what you're trying to do.
How much do they mitigate it?
Well, like I said, you get about the attention of half of the audience or so. And this is,
okay.
yeah. So this is when you're first making your outburst. And you do eventually get security attempting to escort you out. And you can make a show about fighting and resisting, and then get thrown outside, if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, I'll make a show.
Like, oh!
All right.
Get your hands off me! Don't touch my balls!
Get your hands off my penis! You see that bad? Feel the penis!
Yes, that's exactly
yes.
what I'm gonna do.
I see you know your judo well.
I fucking love him.
Do you know who I am?
It's a shame that man died. I would have loved to see more of his antics.
Yeah. So do I have to make a roll to make it more, like not an example at myself, a show out of myself?
Well, that would be the talk plus charisma that you just rolled for. And so that was a success. The crowd appears to be convinced of the performance that was just put on for them. And yeah, there is, at this point, the local security for this particular part of the borough shows up to attempt to disperse the crowd. And so there's little scuffles happening on the outside of the scene. And the crowd is sort of whipped up into a frenzy by the display you've just put on.
I'm gonna. Do they just like throw me out of onto the street, or did they actually try and take me away from the crowd as well?
No, they put you out onto the street. They don't seem to have expected you to be associated with the crowd, and in fact, a lot of the guards that escorted you out didn't seem to immediately recognize you at first. So you ended up in the crowd before they knew that you were associated with it.
I'm gonna do my political kind of speech and try and collect the masses into a solid group, trying to
Am,
talk to them about how
am I there?
extremely
Yes, I
corrupt
hear you.
these people are.
No, no. Am I with him right now?
Malevis, do you want to be there? You're my running mate.
Oh, I
No,
mean,
no,
I
you're away. This is 2 weeks ago. You'd be away helping them.
okay, because
Yeah, you would be done.
okay, I was gonna be like, oh, well, okay, here I go killing
Um,
again. But if not, I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna try and stir them up into a frenzy, not like a violent frenzy. I'd say to them, you'd be as bad as them if you were to do anything to these people, any violence onto them. But we need to show them the error of their ways.
Your fist and say that you have nothing to lose but your change.
Then your change. What?
Change.
Throw change at them as they leave. Throw pennies.
All right, you can roll another talk plus charisma for that if you want.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, please, 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 please. Oh, just a success.
Can you reroll?
I know.
Oh no, you're partial expert. You're a partial expert. You're a pleb.
What do I do?
Oh right, yeah. You give your speech and reiterate some of your talking points, and some of the guards, the edge of the party, are watching on with confusion, and some of the local security that runs this particular part of the borough. There's several blocks that hire out almost like a small police force for miniature towns within each borough, and they seem a little bit. Some of them seem focused on you as well, while they're trying to keep the mob from getting too unruly. And you do see a couple of members that a few of the Vestals that you recognize some of the patches they wear as being associated with Candlelight Company, and they come to the forward as you bring up that talking point, with talking points that
the Candlelight
resonate with them.
Company is a beautiful and respectable company that have worked hard to keep the city safe, and the fact that Cassia is trying to get them in league with these dirty dirty psychopaths, I guess, is disgusting to me, and should be disgusting to all you as well.
Yep, it's also worth noting that the unrest going on the edge of the there's a sort of like a public, not like a full public park, but like a large grassy area in front of the venue. That's where most of the actual fighting is going on right now. And
Is there actual fighting yet? Is there like people brawling?
Little scuffles, individual people fighting, individual people getting arrested. There's little stuff like that happening. And most of it, the Vestals, most of them that are doing the fighting brought large hammers to the fight. Because that's the main symbol of their movement is sledgehammer. But and it's also the symbol of Hammer Company, which is their local group. But yeah, so that's going on. You have police getting smashed up with sledgehammers on the edge of the park, and so that's going on in the background as well.
Can I call out for them to stop?
Yeah, you can do that.
Would any of them listen to me?
Most of them probably won't, but it will tame the crowd that we're considering it.
We should not fight our policemen. Our policemen are not they may be corrupt because of the horrible state of affairs that is Friar Vat's government, but we don't know that these common policemen are anything to do with this party. You should direct your hatred towards the people behind me, not the people in front.
All right. I think this is a different enough situation to call for another roll. So talk plus charisma to try and
Get worse and worse.
pull the reins of the crowd, so to speak.
Come on, come on.
Yep, you kind of rally him again, and this time to pull him more into not beating up the locals. So yeah, you managed to avoid that headline. All right. Yeah, and I think the roll you made two before that was your rhetoric roll, which I've already accounted for. So you've dispensed.
Are any of the people I actually employed chanting at all? Or can it be heard inside at all?
Let me see, actually.
Because I actually told them to try and stir the crowd. I don't want to be doing this all myself. I purchased 50 people to do this for me.
Yeah, you bought even though you bought low quality laborers, they actually do seem to be putting in the work. So that's good. They got a good roll, so to speak.
With mobs, you don't need high skilled laborers. You just need a lot of people saying the same thing at once.
Yep. All right, so yeah, you got your labor dispensed. If I missed anything, then it's my bad. But is there anything else you're looking to do?
Well, how disrupted is the party right now? Is anyone leaving? Is anyone like looking out the windows to see what's happening? Or are they just kind of ignoring us?
Yeah, a lot of the people who were escorted away from you in the very beginning when you first made the outburst, a lot of them are currently leaving, and the party looks to be dying down at a rapid rate.
Continue and I'll scream out for them to never support Cassie again, because he can't protect you and he cannot protect the city. This coalition of mercenary groups will not work because we still have the red arrows in our mists. Mists? I don't know.
Yep. It's also worth noting that the speech you originally interrupted was also cut short.
It's all working, boys. It's all working. Political subversion works.
All right. So yeah, just to possibly speed things along, is there anything else you were looking to get from this event, or are you gonna call it mission success? All right, cool.
Mission success. Maybe go on for a few more hours, but I don't need to make any more rolls. Just I won't leave until the party's ended, or I'm chased out by the police. Either one.
All right. This particular event only manages to net you 2 XP, but it manages to damage Stan Cassia's campaign by 4.
Huzzah.
And you also have a Candlelight Company hook, as in you've mentioned Candlelight Company before. And so now they will be associated with you in addition to Hammer Company.
Is that all I have, or do I have another week to go through? Or was that just a day?
That was.
I get to decide what I do for the week, or is that what I did for the week?
That was basically the week. You can decide things to do for individual days if you want, but I'm just breaking it up into weeks because I think it'll make things run faster.
Yeah. So I did that all on short notice. And do I still have a week to go before I'm caught up, or am I caught up now?
One more week and then you're caught up. So you can decide what you want to do at this point.
How much HP would I get from a concert where I hire out some local bands?
Yeah, that'll depend on the turnout, which will depend on the bands. And also, I mean, your rhetoric will play a small role as well, because there's nothing worse than going to a concert and then the politician Justin Trudeau comes on stage to tell you to vote for him after you listen to Nickelback.
No, I'm trying to get like voter, what's it called, voter interaction high. Like, I'm not gonna be there most of the time. I'll be there, I'll be talking to them, I'll be probably dancing in front of the fucking, like getting involved with them, not really talking about politics up until the end or the start. Like, it's a concept night. It's something for the community.
Yeah, I gotcha. Let's
It's
see.
not just gonna be me and my ministers coming on one after another, talking to a band and trying to say like, "Oh, Pokemon, go to the polls."
Oh yeah. There should be a special move in this mini game called Pokemon Go to the Polls.
No, that should be a crit fail.
Yeah.
Crit fail on talk.
All right. Yeah, you can set up a basic venue with one of the what would be the term?
Did Stan Cassie get 4 HP from that thing last night?
Oh, I think I counted it up instead of down. That's a good spot on your part, because I think you had 30.
Like, fucking hell, I didn't do fuck all.
Yeah, it was supposed to go down by 4 rather than up. All right, so yeah, you can. So for 20k, you can set up an event like that that'll be held in a maybe like a medium-sized venue. Like, it's not a bar, but it's like a small club.
No, I wasn't gonna say the bar. I was gonna say, that big in the Vestal community, just down from where it says Vestal community, that big park.
Yeah.
How much would it take for me to rent out an open space for a night, reasonably sized, and have a whole week of constant, what's it called, advertisement all over the Vestal and the rest of Piro as well? I don't mind spending like 30 grand on this, 40 grand.
Yeah, so that would be the rental price would be almost non-existent. Half of the park is a parking lot for armored vehicles for Hammer Company. Their specialty is tanks and APCs. So that's kind of their parking lot, but that could work to your advantage because so far you're on good terms with Hammer Company, since you're on good terms with the Vestal community. It's also worth noting that each of the mercs has a slightly different relationship with their attached community, but with Hammer community, they're very closely tied. In fact, most people in the community are expected to work for the Hammer group a little bit before they settle down. So it's kind of a not forced conscription, but like expected conscription is one way of thinking of it. So they are very closely tied. If you're on good terms with one, you're on good terms with the other by default, usually.
I'm gonna. Oh, not free. Are they very strict on like drinking and things like that in their community, or could I do like could I buy some beer and put it out in the park as well? Like, okay, you can drink as much beer as you want and sit and listen to music.
Yeah, they're not strict on that stuff at all. As a matter of fact, they there's a was it a I wouldn't say like a tradition of excess, but they have this what is it like the challenge of overcoming excess. Yeah, kind of like dwarves actually. Like they don't look at alcoholism as good, but they look at the they like to get drunk and party is one way of thinking of it.
Yeah, and if you challenge someone from the Hammer Company to a drinking contest, they're probably going to win, not because they like drinking, because they practiced at their craft.
Yeah, and just as a reminder as well, the Vestal community, they represent the basically the culture of Adlet, the country that fell apart some decades ago.
Yeah, I'm part of Adlet. I am an Adlet.
Yeah, I was just making sure you remembered. So yeah, half of the park, that's all to say that half of the park is a parking lot for armored vehicles. The other half is openly available. The cost would basically just be for refreshments and organizers and all that stuff. And you could drop 20k.
Stage.
And basically, yeah, stage. You drop 20k and just have a music event and invite a bunch of people, feed everyone.
Like Glastonbury concert kind of thing. Like How much would it take to get some well-known bands in?
Let me see.
Reasonably well-known. Maybe even some endorsements if I could talk to them beforehand.
Going to do this because
Okay.
I'm getting pretty tired.
Oh, come on, man. I'm about to have a concert.
All right, we'll just. This will probably be something we can hammer out just real quick. Yeah, I think I'm just looking at artist, which I'll put that under musician, and like good artist
Like
is
a best grown artist or something like that. I don't know. Like someone
Yeah.
who's ad-lib supporting anyway.
I'll just buying up a whole band for the day would only be like 500, so I'll just throw that in with the 20,000.
Is that like a level 1 and level 2?
That's a level 2. Yeah. Apparently,
What about level 3? What about like fucking big bucks?
well, level
Big
3, and you can see some level 3 stuff in the squads section under Encyclopedia Galactica. Those are not normally available for purchase. Those are usually special cases. You need like a level 3 soldier. You need to get someone. You're either looking at like a warrior monk that lives on an ice planet, or you're looking at someone who you need to get on loan from a major nation. In the case of an artist,
So
similar. It's a special case.
how long can a band of artists for 500 play?
That's for a whole day.
A whole day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have okay. 3 different stage platforms, 3 different artists spread over the thing. I'm gonna spend 1,500 on just the artists and get like a proper big fucking concert going.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
So there we go. Spent 21,500. 21,500 credits on that. Do I have to make any rolls on speech or anything when I get up on the concert stage?
Yeah, you can do that. I can have that modify the event pretty easily. So do talk plus charisma if you want to let loose your rhetoric.
Can I do a lead, or would that not be?
Oh yeah, it's so talk plus charisma is if you want to persuade the people here to be on better terms with you. Lead plus charisma would be if you want to. What would be that would be more rhetoric associated, right? Like that would be more like that would give you more HP is one way of thinking of it.
I'd want more HP.
Yeah, lead plus charisma would be the way to go then. I thought you were more focusing on increasing the what is it, like the specifically the connection to a hammer company. Yeah.
I do. I want to do that as well. But,
Well, you'll do both either way. But yeah, it's just whichever you want to prioritize.
oh fuck. Fuck. Forget
Yeah.
falls out of my pockets.
Yeah, the artist will be carrying you this time. I mean, not to be mean or anything, but just the whole time I'm just imagining all of the political stuff I've seen in the past. Like, did you ever hear about that Iron Man comic that had Justin Trudeau in it?
Yeah.
It's all just reminding me of that stuff. It's making me laugh. Yeah, so yeah, the artist managed to carry you for this event though.
They're like the Soviet politicians that made some killer speeches, but then they showed up drunk and gave like speech drunk.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
And then they were like shoot off the stage.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was about to say actually, is you give your speech in the middle of the event and the artist kind of come on and bail you out, and everyone's just like, because I just rolled for the artist as well, and they managed to, like I said, they carried the event for you. So
yeah, I was drinking and I was very tired. I looked sweaty, and I fell in some mud earlier because I was playing around with some Hammer Company guys.
All right. Yeah, you did see there were some people that you've gained enough popularity that you're making friend or enemies as well as friends. There are a couple of people causing trouble outside of the party, but they were unsuccessful in disrupting the event.
Next event, I'm going to call in some of my tactical solution boys to come guard the event.
Yep, you gain 4 HP, and so far you still have a amicable relationship with Hammer Company, and Candlelight Company has not what's the word, they're associated with you in the press, and they haven't denied the claim that they're on good terms with
Did
you.
I get any, what's it called, did I get anyone from anywhere else in the Pira or just the Vestal community, really? I did say I was going to go around
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, I rolled for that as well with the advertisement included with the 20k. The Vestal community is one of the more insular ones, so that you get stragglers from the other districts, but nothing major.
Okay, that's fine. That's good enough.
All right, so that'll be it for that week, and I think you're caught up.
How long do I have? How long do I have for the rest of the election?
Let's see. I think the election I think voting week is it'll be the first week of March. So let's see. Oh, I forgot to count this off as well. Both Stan and Fryer lost a little bit of HP for something they were doing to each other in the background.
yes.
Yeah, I think you have 3 more weeks.
3 more weeks.
Yep.
What have my party been doing? Not my party, but my political team in the last few weeks.
Well, the in my notes, and you can correct me on this if you have something different in mind, but I had one tech guy is working the fact-checking site. There were 2 of them that were set to research into Firevat and Stan Cassia. There's an art guy that's working on flyers, so anytime you do advertising with this event, I gave it a +2 from his professional bonus.
Okay.
And let me see if there's anyone I'm forgetting.
I think there's 2 programmers. I think last time I got the second one because I said I wanted him to continue with the site, but I wanted the other one to. Oh fuck. If the 2 paralegals were looking into either one of them, and I wanted him to compile. Oh fuck. Oh, can't remember what you wanted him to do. Not fact check. No, look at the reactions and the interests of the people in the surrounding area, and how many not brand recognition, voter interaction on their compads, basically. Looking at the Google Analytics of what we're doing.
Oh, to better coordinate future.
I was getting I was hiring one more programmer, I guess the week before last to do that.
All right.
And that was the last thing I was wanting to do that. So can I set up my thing for this week, or do you want to go on to the other guys, or are we finishing off for this week?
No, I'm just taking this note real quick, and then I'll look around.
Sorry, guys. I've been talking for far too long.
Yeah, well, we got everyone caught up, so we can all begin on even ground next session, I think.
Aye. How you doing, IT? No.
Me, I'm doing great. Just trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do for next session. I mean,
Spores.
oh, I got a
Spores.
lot of stuff I need to do, so it's just kind of like, eh. All right,
Next
the spores. You're right. Thank you.
Spores.
Thank
next
you.
session I will
Somebody give that man
definitely
a raise.
next session I will definitely start with the political foundation. And not just with the
Yes.
foundation. I will take control of this city economically. You mark my words.
Yes. Nash, what are you gonna do next session?
Yeah, before I forget though, everyone mark down 4 XP for the Sexberry mission.
Even me, I wasn't involved.
Yeah, I'll just go across the board for some of those missions. I need to. I didn't have a lot of time to do it because we had combat and then catching Aloysia up. But I think next session I'll try to put in some hooks to everyone's goals and see if anybody's lagging behind and try to catch them up.
4 XP, you said.
Yep, 4 XP.
Right.
I'm level 5.
Next session, I'm gonna go talk to Ursa Strahd and the Candlelight Company. And traffic. You working on the Mac still? I never even found out what happened last 2 sessions. You guys still working on the Mac? You guys got another helicopter?
You just busted them.
You just busted the what?
So I've got to repair everything individually.
Oh fuck. How's
Oh.
your motor company doing?
My what?
The motor company.
Oh, the mortar squad got pretty banged up.
Yeah, they got only one guy is left.
If we hire new ones, will that lower the level?
Yeah, it'll the one guy will be the captain of the new squad, but the new guys they'll be downgraded from veterans to regulars.
Oh.
You didn't lose the mortar though, which was a major risk because you had 3 people, one of them was holding around, and 2 of them died, so it was basically a 60% chance of the whole thing going up.
This fucking vehicle, man.
But that's what we did in the university thing. I think traffic actually shot into the barrel on that.
Well, it was actually funnier than that because they had a mortar crew of, I think, 6 people, and you only need 2 to work the mortar, but you have spares that can do other jobs as well. And traffic shot one of them, and they were on a reloading round at the time. And so I rolled 1d6, and he happened to hit the one that was holding the round, and so he blew up.
And he blew up a whole fucking area.
Yeah.
All the other shells went off. That was a good session. We need to do that again. Sablat. Sarblat.
Hey,
All right.
suka blet.
Suka bliet.
That's not how you fucking say it. You don't say fucking suka blet. It's suka blet.
Suka bliet.
Suka
Blet?
blet. Blet is a
Suka blet.
fucking Westerner term.
Suka
Yeah, because all I hear, the only time I ever fucking hear it is when I'm playing CS:GO. So
You never pronounce the Y. It's suka blet.
okay.
Yeah.
That was quite informative. But anyway, I think we're coming up on time, so is there anything you guys want to make a note of before we probably end for this week?
Yeah.
no.
Can you add the spore thing to my mission thingamabob?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, so I can go ahead and get that XP for that when I finally figure that shit out.
Alright, I put that on your character sheet.
Awesome. So does anyone want to play a fucking game or something? I'm kind of
Yeah,
bored.
sure.
Need something to fucking do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.